Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Round Glass. I'm Nico DiMattina, and thanks for joining me today in this session in my series Meditation in Motion, where we explore ways of cultivating energy using our breath, using sound, and using movement. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you all, sharing this timeless wisdom. And thank you all for being here with us and sharing this beautiful experience. There are a million other places and things that you could be doing right now, but you've chosen to be here with us at Round Glass as we build this beautiful conscious community. So we're super grateful to have you here. All right, so in today's session, we're going to explore connecting with greater creativity and possibilities and awakening the place in our body that helps awaken all of that within ourselves, and so we can experience greater creativity in our lives. So I'll guide you through a mind expanding breath technique that focuses your attention on your third eye. So the breath will be quite energizing, quite stimulating, quite alivening. And then with the focused meditation at the end, we'll be able to ground it all in and enjoy some of that stillness and calm. So before we dive into the breathing sequence, let's just reflect on one question today, which is, how do you tap into your most creative flow state? And let's make this as interactive as possible. So feel free to drop in some comments or any questions into the chat. And at a later stage, if time permits, we'll go through some of the questions. And when we're talking about this creative flow state, a few examples I want to share with you, because often we forget how creative we are as humans. Let's think of when we're in the kitchen cooking. And a flow state, a creative flow state, is an example where you're not using a recipe. You're just going on your instincts. You're going on the smell. You're going on the taste. You're going on that little taste of that in the pot. And you think, you know what? It needs a little something more. Boom, boom, boom. You add those little things in and you can smell the aromas and the taste, and you've just nailed it. This is what I call our creativity. We were creative in fine tuning what was needed at that time. Same thing in sporting fields. Let's say tennis. When the ball's coming so quick, you don't have time to think, but you instinctually, boom, hit the forehand on the sweet spot, and it lands down the line in the corner for a winner. This is an example of that creative flow state where you're not thinking, but you're in your instincts, you're in your creative flow. This is that flow that we've all experienced at glimpses in our life. And what we're doing now is just tapping into that state and alivening that more of the time rather than just little glimpses. We are in control of, bringing this experience up so we can experience it more and more, moment to moment. Okay, so let's, before we begin anything with my sessions, we love our Nico's signature shake. So I invite you all to stand up. I'm going to remain seated just for the video here. And we're going to have our feet shoulders width apart, toes grounded into the earth, gripping down, and have your knees slightly bent. This is our foundation. And from here, let's close our eyes. And before we begin to shake, let's just check in with ourselves. How do you feel out of 10? Number 1 is feeling super stressed or fatigued or overwhelmed. 10 is super strong, positive, confident, motivated, clear in your mind, in control. Wherever you are, just take note of that number. There's no right or wrong, by the way. Just observe and notice. And we'll come back to this a little bit later and check in to see how we're feeling and where the number is. All right. So for the next 2 minutes now, we're going to begin to shake. So let's begin. Just bouncing on the feet, bouncing on your legs, bouncing, bouncing. You can go as slow or as fast as you want, but just notice how you're feeling in your body. Sometimes it's nice, it's the first bit of movement we're doing, to just go slow. Start slow, build up, warm up the joints. As we're bouncing on our feet and our knees and our legs, now let's start to integrate the fingers and just flicking them a little bit. And bringing in the arms and the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back a little bit. And as you're rolling back the shoulders, you might want to bring in your head and your neck, side to side, up and down. And now, as if you're eating some food, continue to shake, but move your mouth, your jaw, like you're chewing. And now poking your tongue out and moving it left and right, side to side, up and down. Great. So we've got the final 30 seconds. Just final shakes here. Shake it all out. You're shaking the stresses of the week. You're shaking off your worries, your doubts, your fears. Shaking. We're letting go of the irrelevancy in our life. And whilst we're doing this, we're breathing deeply through our nose, out through your nose or through your mouth. Just shake it all out. Every inhale, you're breathing in fresh life force energy, new solutions, creativity. Every time we exhale, letting go all of the irrelevancy that's holding us back. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and relax. I invite you all to take a seat now. And just tune into your body. Allow the breath to settle into its most natural rhythm. And notice the flow of energy that's circulating through your body. And connect with any tension in the body. And just noticing, have you got any worries or stresses that you've been holding on to? And allow yourself to completely let them all go. Just for the next minute, we'll just sit in this stillness, just observing the impact of what the shaking did to ourselves, to our mind and our body. And what's beautiful about experiencing the stillness after the stimulation is when we put our body into a hyper arousal mode or hyper stimulated mode or state, the after effect, because we've exerted ourselves a lot, the after effect is just the body loves the stillness and the calm. So it's the perfect yin and yang combination, the stimulation and the stillness. Often in our Western world, we just focus so much on the stimulation and keep stimulating and stimulating and stimulating without the yin, without the stillness. So I encourage you all just to bring that into your day-to-day where you've got that balance of stimulation and stillness. Okay, so what we'll do now is we're going to dive into our main journey. For the next 15 minutes, we're going to awaken and reconnect to our most creative flow state. And we're awakening in that part of our third eye, that intuition, that sixth sense, that all-knowing eye. So the breath sequence that we're going to do will all be done through our nose. Now, if you're a bit blocked up like I am at the moment because of hay fever, it's okay to use your mouth, no problems. But if you are clear in your nose, I encourage you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose. Beautiful. So what we'll do for 2 minutes, we're going to breathe in through our nose for 1 second, and then we're going to breathe out for 1 second. At the end of the 2 minutes, we'll then do a breath hold on empty. So we'll empty all the breath out and we'll hold it for 10 seconds. Then at the end of the 10 seconds, we'll breathe in fully all the way up to our max and we'll hold for 15 seconds. As we're holding with the breath inside of us, we're going to bring our attention to our third eye, to that midbrain area. Then, after that 15 seconds, we'll sit in the stillness for about a minute, and then we'll begin the next round. And we'll do 3 rounds in total. And we'll finish with a nice few minutes of stillness. Now, if at any time throughout this breathing sequence that you get a bit overwhelmed or a bit overstimulated, perhaps a bit of anxiousness arises, no need to freak out. All you need to do is slow down your breathing. So you might want to increase the inhalation and increase the exhalation. So it's long, deep, full breathing. That way you'll calm and center and ground your system. Another layer to that, if you are still feeling a bit overwhelmed, lie down, and you might want to put your hand on your belly and then your hand on the chest, whilst also doing that long, deep, full breathing. And that'll just ground you fully. But no need to worry, everything's going to be fine. And yeah, we're going to get a bit stimulated through this process and awaken that creativity. So let's get excited. All right, so closing down the eyes. And for the next 2 minutes, we're going to begin with that one-to-one breathing. Inhaling for 1 second, exhaling for 1 second for 2 minutes. And I'll let you know when we're near the end of that 2 minutes. All right, let's begin. Inhale. In for 1, out for 1. In for 1, out for 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All through your nose. Keeping the eyes closed, just so you can have this inner experience and shut off the distractions of the visuals. Inhaling for 1 second, exhaling for 1 second, all through the nose. In and out through the nose. Halfway there. Keep it going, almost there, 30 seconds. Inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1. You might be feeling a little bit hot in your body now, maybe a bit lightheaded. We're bringing in so much fresh oxygen. It's very natural that we'll feel a bit light. Keep going, everything's all good. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release the breath. Exhale, empty it all out. And at the end of the exhale, we're going to hold on empty for 10 seconds. So let's hold. And release. Now let's inhale all the way in, all the way to the top. And hold. The breath is in now, and visualize bringing your attention up into our third eye. And let's hold it for 10 more seconds. Please closing down the eyes if you haven't already. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And we'll just sit in this stillness for the next minute. Just notice how you're feeling. Your breath is in its most natural rhythm at the moment. Noticing if you're feeling a bit more heat, a bit more energy in the system, maybe a bit calmer, maybe a bit lighter. Remember, it's all fine. It's all okay, whatever you're experiencing. No need to judge or attach any meaning towards anything. Okay, and we're going to begin our next breathing round now. So same thing again, 2 minutes of 1 second in, 1 second out, all through the nose. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep it going, in through the nose, out through the nose. Halfway there. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep that flow going. Every time we're inhaling, we're breathing in fresh life force energy, stimulating ourselves, energizing ourselves, enabling us to connect with greater creativity and that flow state. Every time we're exhaling, we're letting go. We're emptying all of the irrelevancy, all of the lower vibrational frequencies, all of the stuff that no longer serves us, right? Everything that's impeding our most creative flow state. So we're emptying ourselves. So both the inhale and the exhale, equally important. 15 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Completely empty the breath out now. And when you're on empty, hold for 10 seconds. And inhale all the way in up to the top now to your max. Fully, breathe it all in. And hold. Hold the breath in for 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Emptying it all out. And just bringing your awareness now into your third eye, that midbrain. And just have your attention sit there for a moment. And we'll sit here for the next minute. Just a reminder, your awareness, your attention is in your third eye as we're sitting in this stillness. And nothing you need to do other than just observe and just bring your awareness there. That's all. No need to judge anything or attach any meaning towards things. Just have your awareness placed there in your third eye, in that midbrain. Where our focus goes, energy flows. So we're stimulating this area where our creativity resides. That inner intuition, that sixth sense. Ten more seconds. Okay, well done. That's round 2 done. And we'll do one final round. So for the next 2 minutes, we'll continue again with that 1-to-1 breathing. 1 second in, 1 second out, all through your nose. Let's begin. Inhale. Stick with it. Keep going. Keep breathing. You're almost there. Doing a great job. Your body loves this. Your mind loves this. We're energizing. We're also calming and grounding and centering, getting back to our most authentic form, our most authentic, truest selves. This is alivening and awakening our full capacity and resources, creating energy flow within our body, creates clarity in our mind, greater creativity to bring this into every conversation, every thing that we do, every relationship, every activity. Keep it going, tapping into these instincts of what makes us human, our full potential as a human. 30 more seconds. Keep it going. Inhale for 1, exhale for 1. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Empty out all the breath, all the way to the end. Empty, empty, empty till you're fully empty. And now let's hold for the next 10 seconds on empty. 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way up to the top. Breathe in till you're full, to your max. Breathe it all in. And hold. Closing down the eyes, bringing your awareness to your third eye, that midbrain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the breath. Allow the breath to settle into its most natural rhythm. And we'll stay here now for the next 2 minutes, keeping your attention in your third eye, in that midbrain area. Just bask in that stillness and bask in that awakened state that we're in right now. We're just effortlessly bringing our attention to our third eye, that midbrain, not forcing or concentrating too hard, just being effortless, relaxed. In a state of acceptance and allowing what's naturally happening, not forcing anything, just being right here, right now, with our attention seated in our third eye, that midbrain. 1 more minute here. Thirty more seconds. Final 10 seconds. Just really enjoy and bask in this stillness. Okay, and relax. You can slowly open your eyes. and bring your awareness back into this space again. All right, welcome back, everybody. Now we'll take a quick look to see if anyone's written in the chat box any questions and comments. And the question, as a reminder, was just how do you tap into your most creative flow state? And looking at the chat, a few people responded, looking at art, listening to music for inspiration, fresh air, meditation, writing about the things that I'm passionate about. Beautiful. And releasing all judgment about the process. Yeah. I would even say as well, judgment about the process and also judgment about the outcome. Yeah, I think so often we're so focused on the outcome, where we're going, rather than just being right here, right now in the process. But that's a really good point, letting go of the judgments. We talk about this often to my students, which is allow and accept. Allow and accept. Another word for that is surrender. Let go, right? Acceptance of what's happening. This is really powerful when we get into this state. It's that innocent, childlike curiosity. Think about next time when you've got some children around, just observe them. Notice how there's no judgment. There's no forcing or an expectation of how something should be. They're just there in the moment, in awe, in this curious state. So tapping into that, our curiosity, I think, is something that will keep us youthful till the day we die. So awesome. Thanks for the comments, everyone. Great to hear. Now, we are said to be cosmic creators, and we are creating our reality. Now, often though, we are creating our reality from a place of fear, up in the limited thinking of the mind, right? The survival mode, fight or flight. And thus, if we're in this state and we're creating from this state, we're bringing undesirable outcomes because they're based from fear. The alternative is true, though. We can be creating from a place of love, the opposite of fear. And when we create from a place of love, it's more expansive to all of the possibilities, to our most creative possibilities, for our highest and best. So the call to action is, let's get ourselves in our most loving, creative, positive state. Then get clear with your intentions from that place here in our heart's desires. Then allow the magic to flow into your life, because we're co-creating. We're the co-authors of our reality. When I say co-authors, we are one of the authors with this higher power, governance, that's the universe, nature, that's helping support our greatest evolution. And meditation, what we just did today, it's an action-based thing. It's not a passive thing. We're actively going into stimulating our creativity in our third eye, in our hearts. We're awakening this. And that's so empowering to know that we are in control of tapping into this state when we want. So before we leave, I just want to check in. How do you feel again on that scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel after this practice? And just notice if the number changed from earlier. I know for me, I'm feeling a lot more energized, stimulated, but quite alert and calm, and I guess creative. So this is the state I like to be in. And remember, you can utilize your breath, and then you can utilize contemplation in your third eye, or just bringing your attention to these areas and notice then what stimulates. Where our focus goes, energy flows. So direct your focus where you want things to grow in your life, your love, your relationships, your creativity, your fun, your fulfillment, your health. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today in this session. Remember, you can always meditate with us here at Round Glass live every single day. So join us anytime at round.glass and also on our app. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks all so much for joining. Namaste.